Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. But let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only, just David. And we have an episode to break down RHONJ season 14, episode 8. Oh my gosh, we only have five more. It's such a shame because, you know, episodes 1 through 6, you know, they weren't good, right? They just weren't good. And you know what it is? Episodes 1 through 6 were really focused on all cleaning up this shit from last season, right? From like the reunion and Marge and calling the sun and Bo Deedle and investigators and baby mamas. I feel like that was all episode 1 through 6. Now, last week we liked it. It got good with, the text message and slob and I hate you and Dolo and Jackie. But this week, just as good. A second week in a row, an excellent episode. And it's a shame. Like, what a shame that we wasted 6 out of 13 episodes, half, dealing with all that stuff from last season. It's never great when it's left over from last season. Even like when they start, it's good when they start filming right away, like Salt Lake and Beverly Hills, but this was just too long a pause, and that's the problem. So, what a shame that we wasted 6 episodes. We have a short season. There is some hope for this season. I mean, of course, it's not going to go down as anyone's favorite. I think the problem is everybody, we all know that this is the end. I'm not saying it's the end of the show. I'm not saying it's the end of Teresa. I'm not even saying it's the end of even half the cast, but it's the end of this cast and changes are happening. So even if 2 or 3 people left, we'll talk about that at the end. I think it's just that we know it really is like a lame duck season and that we just know that this is just the end. So I think everyone, when you know something's over, you can't look away, but you're not really so invested. You just want to kind of wrap it up, but it's not the same as something that's going to go on forever. So that's the first thing that I noticed. The other thing, which this is really neither here nor there, but how am I just noticing this? When the episode starts and we have the taglines and it shows Melissa and Joe and the boys, and it shows Marge Sr. and Joe Benigno and Margaret. How is it that I never noticed this? That it shows Teresa's and her girls. It does not show Louis. Louis is not. Now look, Teresa's very much with Louis. The kids are very much into him. It's just something I noticed that opening credit, Louis is not in Teresa's family. It's just the girls. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means anything. It's just something I noticed, and I'm like, how am I just noticing this now? Anyone else notice that? That when it says Teresa, it has the girls. It doesn't have him. Okay, so a Trey is filming a Tipsy and Tulum party to be reminiscent of her 50th birthday when she was in a Tulum with the love of her life, her soulmate. Now, Teresa goes to a spiritual place in New Jersey and she announces, I'm very spiritual. Teresa girl, just because you say it enough does not make it true. I mean, we all know the Namaste Bitches podcast has ended. It has been scrubbed from Apple. Check out our show on, was it Thursday or was it yesterday? Because we talk all about that. Trying to see what day it is that we talked about the end of Namaste Bitches. Do you see how I have to like squint because I am reading this? Um, Sorry, I'm like losing my mind. On Thursday, we talked about the end of the Namaste Bitches podcast and what really happened, but neither here nor there. It's over. So there you go. She's very spiritual. Just because you say it doesn't make it true. We changed to Melissa. She is at Envy, a new Envy. We all know she has the one in Long Island, but the one in New Jersey moved from Montclair to Ridgewood. She said it's a very heavily trafficked street. It is. Look, where Melissa was in Montclair was not a bad location. She basically was on their version of Main Street. I don't even know if it was called Main Street, but she is now on the Main Street in Ridgewood, New Jersey, which it's such a lovely town. It really is. It's a wealthy town. It's a lovely town. there is a lot of traffic. So there's a lot of, soccer moms, and the kids are hanging out at Starbucks 2 doors down. And so gotta hand it to Melissa. She picked a good location. Yeah, it's closer to her home in Franklin Lakes. Good for her, right? There she goes. She's becoming part of a new community. And she announces the iconic Envy fashion show is going to return. The Envy fashion shows really are kind of iconic, aren't they? I mean, we have Frankie Jr. showing his pecs. So we're gonna have another Envy fashion show. Okay, things I'm telling you, if the ratings were better this season, this it is working with Melissa and Teresa not speaking to each other. I mean, you really don't feel the absence of it. I don't know. It doesn't feel like two disjointed shows to me. I mean, she missed the housewarming. She misses this party. It's kind of working. It's kind of working, right? I think so. That's just me. Okay. Jennifer, Aydin, and Dolores Dolo join Teresa for a day of healing. The three women, that's it. Dolores announces that she is not getting a commitment in the form of a ring because Paulie is still married, but she is getting a commitment, a business commitment. Jennifer Aydin's the only one that's actually like a voice of the people saying, what? Jennifer Aydin is not pleased with this announcement that Dolo and Paulie are going into business together. She is very, very concerned. As she should be. As she should be. Don't go into business with him, Dolo. Come on. But it is a commitment, and Dolo needs that from someone, from a man. Now we start talking about the bottle. Melissa is back at her store. Danielle Cabral has joined her. They're confused over the bottle. They say Teresa had ulterior motives. Yeah, her lawyer put her up to it to send it, as we learned on this podcast when we had Melissa Zoldnose on, that was come up with by her lawyer to give to Joe Gorga, knowing that he would reject it and make him look bad. The off-screen plotting. Oh my God. Again, Margaret must be tired. Teresa must be tired. Teresa's lawyer must be tired. Aren't you guys so tired? It never works. Just focus on yourself and live your life. But there you go. Rachel Fuda, for everyone that watched Watch What Happens Live, she called it out. Andy brought this up. Rachel Fuda. This is why I love Rachel Fuda. I know you guys don't really like her. I just love the fact that she really is just telling it like it is, and she's not scared. She told Andy, Jim Leonard, this was his idea, and he's like, Teresa's lawyer? Rachel knows what's going on. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just think the off-air manipulations are crazy. Now we start talking. Danielle Cabral lets Melissa know in Envy that she is not happy that Jennifer Aydin is insinuating that she stole from the charity.